Hi ladies and gents, today we're going to be testing a new feature that has been added in the newest patch, and it has garnered a lot of negative reputation because it wasn't exactly as the players wanted it to be. And what we're talking about is this new fast equip artifacts configuration tab. It was formerly named as loadout, quick loadout, and custom loadout, but it wasn't exactly loadout because what it basically does is it just equips the artifacts that the system thinks is good to your character based on the tabulated statistics. As you can see here, it will use the artifacts that are recommended or used by majority of the players. So it's not exactly going to be the most flexible thing that you could ask for, and that's why a lot of players have been disappointed with its performance. But how bad is it actually? Well, we're going to test it by removing every single artifact that I have here. I have already counted them, and there are around 264 artifacts that are level 20 and above. I didn't count the 4-star artifacts, but I guess I should because instructor's set is very good in specific scenarios and specific ports. So basically I have almost 300 artifacts that I need to unequip. And I'm going to be testing and see if what builds will the game give me based on the artifacts that I have and what the system thinks is the best for my character is. So without further ado, let's begin removing these artifacts. As we're done, I wish there was a quick remove button. Simply remove every artifact the character has. It's gonna be a pain, I know, to re-equip all of these again, but for the sake of science, for the sake of testing, we're gonna check and see how good the system actually is, or is it very terrible as the reputation stands. Oh my god, you're gonna see some cursed artifacts along the way, so keep your eyes peeled. All these up. I am not sure if there's a system that allows you to remove every single artifact from a character. So if there was, then slap me hard in the face right now. I'm using EM Raiden, by the way. That's why she was equipped with 4-piece flowers. How long would this be? I also need to equip my 4-star artifact. Oh no, I also need to remove that. Ah! We're almost there, guys. I'm just removing every artifact that I can see with my characters. This, but that's how as well. That's not good. Very sad. Okay, the board, that's for you. Okay, we're finally done. Everyone has been removed of their artifacts, except for the weapon because they cannot be fast equipped. So yeah, I think this is it. This is the characters that we're going to be testing, all of them. So I'll only be able to test the characters that I have. So if there are any characters that you want to see and is not included in this list, I'm so sorry. I cannot show them to you. So now that we have removed every single artifact, we're gonna test it now. And fingers crossed, it is going to be good. But I don't have high hopes because it uses these tabulated statistics from other players. So as you can see here, since Emblem is the top one pick for the set, the system is most likely going to be picking Emblem artifacts for my Yelan. Same goes with the recommended affixes, since most players pick crit damage. Regardless of my crit ratio, it's always going to be crit damage. And same with here and here, and yeah, I don't know about the substats though. Is it going to be prioritizing the stat that the system thinks is going to be good for the character, or is it going to balance out like the ER, the EM, the crit value, like overall stat balancing? So yeah, we're going to be fast equipping. Oh. Oh no! What happened here? What happened to the ER? I don't have ER for my Yelan. Oh my goodness. This is actually bad. I mean, the crit ratio is somewhat good, but as you can see here, the ER is terribly bad. I'm not looking forward to this system at all. Thanks with the Ganyu. So let's check the recommended affixes. So attack percent, cry damage, crit damage. Most players use crit damage on Ganyu. So maybe our crit ratios are going to be messed up. Let's see. Quick configuration. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Look at this crit ratio, man. 43 to 15. I know that Ganyu has a passive skill that gives her around 20% crit rate, but I don't think 60% crit rate is enough, to be honest. At least 70, man. At least 70. Oh no, this system is something else. Okay, it's gonna pick HP percent. Okay, I have high hopes because I have a lot of artifacts that have HP substats. So let's see. And yeah, it gave it a lot of HP. And surprisingly, the crit ratios are actually good. The ER is also there. Well, maybe because I have the Favonius. But yeah, hey, this is not actually pretty bad. So I guess it worked. Uses my HP Goblet with 45 crit value. Oh no. And by the way, you cannot use this feature on characters that are not yet tabulated or are new. Example, Gaming and Cloud Retainer. So yeah, fast equip is not going to be available. Next up, Navia. Gonna be using the quick configuration, and yeah, as expected, it's gonna use the 2-piece because I don't have the 4-piece nighttime. But I gotta say though, the crit values are, well, mid. The attack is high. The ER is terrible. I have 30 ER because I'm using an ER weapon, but this is not looking too good. So what it does is if you don't have the top one pick, it's gonna pick the next good thing in the list. And actually, these are tied. So why didn't it go for Gladiator and Golden Troop? Because I have better pieces on Golden Troop. Come on. So yeah, one of the cons of this system is it's not going to be picking the set that you have if you didn't farm the top one. Imagine being a new player not having an idea yet about artifacts and you've been relying on this fast equip for the full time. Okay, next let's test Kazuha. Okay. EM very high. ER is also there. So yeah, this is actually good because it's straightforward. Kazuha will need a lot of EM from the recommended. Yeah, most people use EM, so it's going to be prioritizing EM. So another scenario where if you farm for a different set, it's not gonna use the set that you farmed for. Example, I have a good Desert Pavilion, but since Desert Pavilion is not in the list, it's not gonna use DPC. As you can see here. Yeah, it didn't use the DPC. Oh no. I mean, the crit ratios are actually good. 87, 180. But the ER is bad. We don't have ER. The attack is there, but we don't have ER, which is terrible. Because Xiao needs ER for him to use this burst. Venti is using crit. Most players are using Venti with crit. That's actually hilarious. They don't know that EM achieves the same amount of efficiency with crit build. So yeah, I'm not gonna use that. Gene. Yeah, it's all the same. So for the future characters that we're going to be testing, it's all going to be the same. So yeah, let's check for Raiden because she's pretty unique. She has two builds, but the EM build is not specifically listed here. I was using EM build, that's why I have Dragon's Bane equipped. So yeah, if I do this, it's gonna give me a DPS Raiden. Let's see for Nahida. Since she also has two builds, most people have triple EM. So let's see. It didn't reach 1,000 EM. That's actually sad. It used a crit rate. Oh, it used a crit rate helmet. It has a lot of energy recharge. I'm gonna give it that. The crit ratios are there. Are there. I'm not gonna say it's good, but it's there. Definitely there. Let's see for Furina. What goblet does most players use? HP percent, hit damage, HP percent. So let's equip this bad boy up, and it's gonna give us this. And the ER is terrible. Same scenario with Yelan, where it prioritizes the crit stats over the actual utility of the character. Same scenario here. Let's try Neuvillette. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. This is beyond bad. How am I going to crit? Yes, I do have 42,000 HP. Yes, I do have 236 crit damage, but how am I supposed to crit? Oh my god. For Nilou, she's gonna be using all HP. 71,000 HP with terrible EM. She needs EM. And now you're giving me energy recharge when she doesn't actually need it. This is making me mauled. For Ayato, let's see. 78 to 12. Crit damage? Yeah, it's crit damage. The ER is also not here. It's always going to be prioritizing the stat that the game thinks a lot of players use, which are crit stats and not ER. When the character obviously needs the ER. We're gonna fast equip. Okay, this one is actually good. A lot of HP with ER. Sometimes going to be prioritizing ER if statistics favor ER for the specific character, But overall, it's like the game is saying if you're a DPS, you don't need ER. If you deal damage, you don't need ER. I'm curious about Bennett. Is it going to be Noblesse? Yeah, it's going to be Noblesse. Healing bonus? Oh, healing bonus, HP. It's Dr. Bennett. I prefer damage Bennett because he already heals a lot. And he's gonna stop healing when you reach over 70% of your health. Having more healing is actually going to hurt your damage, your team-wide damage. If you do have decent damaging set of artifacts, it's gonna merit the team's damage overall. And of course, instructors is not going to be used because it's not a 5-star artifact, which is discrimination because instructors is a very good set. It gives a lot of EM to everyone. Let's check Xiangling. I'm scared to see what Xiangling has. Is it ER? Do Xiangling players use ER? Yes. So, I hope there's ER in here. Okay, that's too much ER. I mean, you'll never have too much ER with Xiangling. This is actually not bad. So yeah, the substats also rely on the main stat of the artifact. That's good to know. Yunjin with defense. It's using Husk. I'm using 2-piece emblem, 2-piece Husk before. Okay. How about Faruzan? Emblem. 271 ER. With decent ratios. It's using my best artifacts from the emblem. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm not gonna go with every single character in the game because it's just going to be the same old recommended fixes. It's gonna prioritize what most players use regardless of what you have. So yeah, I think that wraps it up. So in summary, the game is always going to be prioritizing these tabulated stats regardless of what you have. And what I've learned is every DPS character doesn't need ER, as you can see here. So that's it. I think that I'm gonna re-equip my artifacts now.